What's up, everybody? Dude Abides. So we have a little project that we're going to do today. We're going to do phase one of it, which is a retaining wall that we built in the spring. We live on a hill, and we're at the downslope of the hill, so everybody's property is higher, on this side. So we needed a retaining wall here. We had some stack blocks here originally. We took those away and we built a nice block wall with a nice finish on it. We capped it with some brick on the top. It's really nice. We decided that we wanted to put a nice tan coloring on this wall, but we also wanted to try something new. It's a rollable stone product that we're going to be trying today, and I guess reviewing it, because if it sucks, you'll know right away because you're trying it with us for the first time. So we want to paint this wall. We're going to do one section. We're going to see how it looks. We're going to, this retaining wall runs down about 100 feet. My driveway is pretty big. So we're going to do our little first section here. We'll take you through the steps, the processes of doing regular paint stuff. We're going to tape off the bricks. We're probably going to put we'll put some duct tape maybe along the bottom just to keep it off the driveway a little bit. So we don't have to really be, super careful. We can just brush in a little bit on the bottom and see how it goes on. You want to prep your area first. Obviously, the wall's fairly clean. We're going to need to blow some debris. Let me show you. So yeah, we'll get all the debris away from the wall. We'll use our blower for that. And we'll start taping this off immediately. We'll get it prepped. There's a lot of prep work when you paint and stuff. If you painted before, it's no different. It comes with special rollers and stuff. I'm gonna go over all that stuff when we're putting it together and we're getting ready. For now, I'm gonna go over, pretty much all the stuff that we have laid out here. We have all of our tools pretty much laid out on a tarp. Okay, stuff that we need. We have our blower. All right, you have the actual product, which I'll get in close so you guys can check it out. A drill with a mixer on it is always good for painting a 5-gallon bucket. We have a 5-gallon bucket grate that we put inside the 5-gallon bucket, so we can just roll right outside of that bucket. In the back, I got some clear sealer. So what I want to do is, after I paint the wall, we're going to want to seal the brick on the top, because if you wet the brick down with the hose, that's what it'll look like always with the sealer. And it's a multicolored brick. It's a brown and tan. My house is brick and tan siding, so it should be a beautiful match. And the roller rock is also tan with brown and black rock in it. So let's hope it's nice. We're gonna try it out for the first time. It's a fairly new product, and we're gonna give it a go. So we're gonna get to taping our brick off and all that stuff. You have your basic stuff that you need for painting, a couple of rags, a few brushes to cut in, and that's it. We have a regular roller for the hybrid, and then you have these are the rollers that come with the kit, with the rolling rock. It's kind of like a sponge, so you can get some of the grit on it. So we'll see how it looks. I think the whole kit cost me about $120. All right, and that 5-gallon bucket should be able to do the whole wall. And if it works good, we want to maybe paint our deck out in the front, our porch area, and stuff like that. So we're going to be definitely trying this out, and if it's real good, we're going to use it in a couple different places around the house, and we'll take you with us when we do that too. So I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to get ready and get all my taping done and everything, and then we'll be right back. think that's good enough. All right, I think that's going to serve our purpose. So the next thing we want to do is we want to get the cover off of this and take a look at it. So let's see what this shit's all about. I'm going to get a sip of coffee real quick. And, you know, you're going to have to excuse my brush. When I cut the trees down and I trim some shit off these trees, I leave it over there to die, and then I burn it in my fire pit. I built a fire pit when I did the deck around the pool. I built a fire pit with some of the extra material that was laying around afterwards. It's like a 5-foot by 5-foot square fire pit. It's huge. But I burn leaves in it, and you know, you can burn stuff here. So I burn leaves and some grass clippings and some, you know, the branches that fall off the trees and whatnot onto the grass. So it's nice. As well as you can have a kick-ass bonfire in it. So that's always awesome. All right. Let's unveil this, okay? And see what we got. So, if you don't have a mixer that can go in your drill, you need to get one, okay? Because it's just a must-have. It makes life so much easier, especially if you're doing larger projects where you're going to be just rolling straight out of a 5-gallon bucket. You know, if you're mixing out of a 5-gallon bucket, they have those big paint, you know, they have the mixers like this that are, you know, longer and a little thicker. Fuck that, dude. You know? So we're gonna get in here and we're gonna start mixing this up. I can feel a lot of shit on the bottom. See the stone grit, which I'm trying to get loose on the bottom. Yeah, that looks good now. Shit, I just fucking blew paint all over my fucking floor. Alright, let's move that, okay? And the radio. So we don't want to get too much shit all over our stuff. Alright, so we'll take a rag and we'll just wipe this shit off real quick. We don't want to. We try to keep our stuff as nice as possible. So when shit like this happens, I don't just leave it on there to dry and say, ah, it's not going to hurt it. Which it won't hurt it. But, you know. I don't know. I just don't, I don't like it, okay? I don't fucking like it. I got it all over my fucking legs. Wear shitty clothes when you do stuff like this, peeps, alright? Because you're gonna have, and always have a rag ready. This stuff is very thick, okay? I just wanted to get a little on a rag. It's very thick, it's very gritty. Okay, I think it's going to be cool. We're going to try it out. We're going to definitely give it a go. What I want to do, really, is see how this goes on with a brush. Let me just mix this up a little bit more. this on our shitty rag for now. I don't know how this stuff is going to dry on tools either, so I'm particularly concerned with how it's gonna, am I gonna be able to get it off if it dries a little? We're gonna learn that together. We'll find out. This stuff is thick, boy. But we're gonna try it, and we're gonna try doing a little bit on the bottom here and just see how it goes on the concrete, all right? You know, the brush is okay. But like I said, it's real thick. You want to probably get it on thick, as thick as you can. You just want to make sure also that you, especially when you're painting concrete, all right, you want to get in the pores of the concrete. All right, I don't, like I said, I'm going to be rolling over that, but just to do the trim in a few spots where the roller is going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass, like in here. All right, we'll dab that in there. We'll get that in there. And you'll see how this shit goes. Like I said, I never used it. It's a fairly new product that's out. You can get it at Home Depot. It looks pretty nice, I can tell you. welcome back. We are ready for our second coat. Yeah, we're almost done with this little part that we got here. So that's cool. We're gonna, you know, it looks real nice. Again, the second coat's just gonna really give it a nice textured look. The first coat is, you know, gonna fill in most of the stuff like we discussed, and the second coat should be beautiful. I like it. It's easy to put on. I mean, it's got a nice look to it. I'm digging it. So we're gonna put the second coat on, and we'll see how that looks. It's probably gonna look real good, you know. And then after the second coat sets, I'll pull the tape off. We'll get that tape out of there, and we'll get a real good idea how nice it looks with the brick next to the brick. You're not getting the contrast right now because the tape's over the brick. So, and we may need to go and touch up a few spots with a real small little brush that I have. So without further ado, let's do it. contrast to it, which, you know, it does give it a nicer look. And we'll let this set for a little bit, and then let's do a little test over here and just see how fucked up this is gonna look with the paint, with the tape on it. All right, I'm digging it, dude. I'll tell you, I'm really fucking digging it. I'm just gonna peel the tape off, you know. Just peel it off little sections at a time to check it out. It looks fantastic. We have a nice line. Nothing got on the bricks, which is fantastic. The mortar joints even look good. Yeah, it looks nice. It really does. It looks really, really nice. I'm digging it. And we'll just remove the tape, guys, and for the most part, we got done with one section. Well, I don't think it barely took an hour. I mean, even with me dicking around by the pool waiting for this to dry, I think it barely took an hour, give or take, you know. Like I said, this stuff is at Home Depot. It's called Roller Rock, okay. I'll put a link in the description. I think it's about 120, 140 bucks. I'm not 100% sure. I think it was 120. I got a deal on it. Yeah, house foundations, retaining walls, you know, even maybe painting over some brick if it's really in bad shape. You know, I could see, you know, possibly doing that. I don't know how great that would look, but I mean, it couldn't look any worse than brick that's, you know, all messed up, you know, or has been painted already and you don't like the color or whatnot. Your pool deck, again, I hand floated my pool deck, so more or less, you know, it's already got a really good finish on it. That's not slick. So I just got regular pool deck paint, and I'm just gonna hit that with that. But I do have, I'll give you a peek at the pool, guys, just so you can see. So I did have to put block in, and you know, because of the angle that the property's on, so the end where the deep end of the pool is had to be block walled. That's about almost 4 feet out of the ground. I had to put a deck railing on that, guys. We're going to be doing that together as well. So I have some projects to do. I may, you know, if I don't have enough to do the whole porch, I may hit the side wall with this, just to give it that textured look, and the kick plates on the steps that I built going up to the pool. You know, like the wall that comes out of the ground. That's what you really want to use this stuff for. It really does well on walls. You can do it on floors too. Like this piece of concrete here is just a piece of shit. And you know, shit, if I ran over this with the roller, it would look amazing, you know. I mean, I would even, one would wonder if you could even do the driveway with it. You know, I don't know how it would hold up, but you know, it would certainly be nicer to walk on than the top peeling off of my driveway here. Again, you know, this driveway is huge, so I'm not too excited about having to replace it. It's low enough that you'd be able to go right over it with something, you know, maybe a skim coat. We may do that. I don't know. I really don't know. That's a lot of work. And again, I do a lot of these projects by myself, so it's you got to keep that in mind when you do a project. On paper, you might say to yourself, hey, I'm going to knock that out. That's a piece of cake. But then when you get down to the nitty gritty and you got to, you know, run paint on, you know, 100 feet of wall, it's a lot of work. Okay. Especially for a do-it-yourselfer. All right, it's a lot of work. A guy comes and does this. Yeah, you're gonna pay probably shit. What would I charge somebody to do this? Probably 500 bucks to come in here and paint this wall. You know, and that include, you know, doesn't include the material. So, you know, and a guy will come in here with a couple of people and knock this out in 2 hours. So, you know, 2 hours later, yes, you'll have this is what you'll have. You know, and again, that might not even include sealing the brick. I mean, you know, sometimes you could talk a guy into just doing that for you while he's here. But for the most part, I think the wall looks great. Okay, and when the bricks are sealed, I'll give you an idea real quick of what the bricks look like when they're gonna be sealed. Let me get my hose. I'm gonna need my hose anyway. My front lawn looks like shit, guys. We had a drought here. It killed my whole lawn, man. My whole lawn is weeds anyway. Got a lot of work to do on this house, guys. You're going to be with me when I do it. Every step of the way when we use products for the first time, like today. All right, so just to give you an idea, when you seal the wall, it's going to look wet like that. And you can see some of the beautiful, you know, multicolors in the bricks like that you can't really see when they're not wet. So when we do seal this, it's going to look just fantastic. Good thing I got a GoPro on. All right, that was fucking retarded. Guys, I'm going to cut the video off here. Again, I just wanted to introduce a new product and you know, a little project that I'm doing. I'll probably run some video on, you know, doing the rest of it. Just a little bit of video, nothing crazy, just so everyone can get an idea of the finished product. But I wanted to give an introduction to this stuff. Roller Rock. Home Depot has it. I'm not sure if they're the only ones that have it. I doubt that, but it's really not a really known name brand stuff. It's, you know, not a Benjamin Moore or anything like that, but it seems to work just fine. And we're going to see how this holds up. They say you should use clear sealer on it, and I have 2 gallons of clear sealer. Clear sealer goes a long way, man. So, you know, when you're doing the sealer, you can just kind of take a paintbrush and kind of gently put it on. I may have to put tape on the opposite sides, because if you seal the top of this wall, it's going to be a different color than the rest of it. So if you get sealer all over that wall, you might as well just seal the whole wall. And we may wind up doing that. So, all right, enough jammering on and on and on. All right, guys, I'm going to cut it off here. I wanted to introduce you to this and bring it to your attention for little projects that you might have that could use a paint job. It's a textured paint. All right, it's house foundations, pool decks, any kind of retaining walls, patio. You could repaint the patio with it. You know, again, what's good about this paint is if you have a crack in your patio, you get some of the filler that they sell. You know, just Google concrete filler, and it's in a silicone tube, and you could fill that and get it nice and flat, and then paint over it with this, and it will look great. Okay, you won't have a crack in your concrete anymore. So it was great to have you guys. All right, thanks for watching. I hope you know now that there is a product out there that can give you a makeover and make something look just real nice. All right, guys. Later, bitches.
Like and subscribe, bitches.